Hello, everyone, and welcome to my inspiration series. Slow down to go faster is our topic for this evening. Welcome, everybody. I am Pragito from discovermeditation.com, and I'm really looking forward to this talk because I've had a lot of you have asked me about this in trainings, in sessions about being more productive. How can I be more productive? How can I be more creative? Because sometimes we're going too fast and then we're not present with what we are doing. So, have you ever lost your car keys? I'll bet you have. Yeah, because I have. Have you ever got home from the grocery store and realized you left your groceries in the store? I've done that. And have you ever put your credit card somewhere and then you can't find it? Because all these things, they take up a lot of our time. Is searching for car keys, searching for your credit card. I mean, that's a big one. Going back to the store to get the groceries and so on. So it's taking up a lot of our time when we're not present with what we are doing. And the biggest thing, in a way, I think it was like the last thing before I really got this lesson, was at a parking garage in San Francisco. One of those parking garages where they have a huge notice saying, please leave your keys in your car so we can park the car. And there's a fine if you don't do it. So guess what I did? Yes, I forgot to leave my keys in the car because I was so busy thinking ahead about this. I was going to a client's house to give a session. I was so busy thinking about that I was not present. And I go to my client's house, I give the session, and about 2 hours later, I was walking down the street to the parking garage, and I thought, why is my car parked there in the entranceway? And then I had this horrible realization, oh, I forgot to leave my keys because I wasn't present. So I had to pay the fine. And I was driving home and I thought, okay, so I have to make a decision here to stop doing this, to stop being somewhere else than where I am, because it costed me money and it also cost me time with other things when I lose things. So although slowing down to go faster sounds like a paradox and sounds a bit crazy, but actually it's true. It's true because when you slow down a bit and do things with a deliberate presence, you will save yourself a lot of time and money. So what I started to do, and this is a technique you can use too, was every time I got home, I deliberately put my car keys in the same place. And when I'm out and about, I always put them in my pockets if I have a pocket. Now, if I don't have a pocket, I'll put them in my purse. But I've never done that again. Lost my car keys or parked my car in a parking garage, forgot to leave them the keys. I haven't done it again because I made a decision to be deliberately present around my car keys and also in particular around my credit cards. So when I'm using my credit card in the store, I'm very present to handing the card over and then checking. I put it back in my wallet and I've got my credit cards in my wallet, which is where I keep them. So, it's interesting that these things only take a few extra seconds, actually. this technique of being fully present with important things. Well, we want to be present all the time, but let's start with keys and credit cards and your groceries when you leave the store. I must admit, I had done that a few times. Either leave all the groceries in the store or leave some of them in the store. So when you practice deliberate presence and awareness, this is what meditation is. Doing things deliberately with awareness that right now I'm putting my keys in my pocket, or right now I'm putting my credit card back in my wallet. That you develop an ability to be present more of the time with other things too. So if you haven't done this before, I would start with those important things: keys, credit cards, groceries. And then you find that you are more present with other things too in your life. And one important aspect of our lives where we want to be deliberately present is when we're talking with other people. Because if we're not present, like if you're talking to somebody and then you're looking at your watch and wondering what the time is, I mean, people know when you're not really present, when you're standing in front of them, but you're thinking about something else and not really paying attention to what they're saying. People pick that up and they don't like it. Now, they might not be aware enough themselves to say something to you about it, but remember, law of attraction is about attracting people to you. And when you are not present with people, it does the opposite of attracting. It kind of repels them. And they might not even really know why they are pulling away from you, or not interested in talking to you, or not interested in working with you if you have a business. They just will keep away. So this technique is very valuable when talking with people, because what you're saying to them with your presence is, I'm interested in what you're saying. I'm here for you. You're sending actually vibrations of love. You might not be saying to somebody, I love you, especially if it's a client or a prospective client, but you actually are sending those vibes. And people really like to feel that when you're talking to them, that you are interested in them, that you're paying attention to what they are saying. So this technique really enhances all your relationships, no matter who it is with, and it's a great practice. So something you can bring attention to with great deliberation when you're talking to someone, or when you're listening. More importantly, when you're listening to them, be present. Because it's a very powerful energy presence. It's a very attractive energy. And, you know, the law of attraction states like attracts like. So if you are wanting to attract like-minded people to yourself who are wanting to be present and alert and aware, then this is a great practice to have. And you know, you can find in the listening, you can listen with interest and with compassion and with love. And people can often start really opening up when you do that. And that can be very helpful if it's someone in your family, if it's a friend, or if it's a client, to be fully present. And In other aspects of your life too, let's just imagine you're cooking in the kitchen with sharp knives. Be present, yeah? So you don't cut yourself. Or if you're out in the backyard, be present so you don't prick your fingers on something sharp or tread on something sharp. Always when we're walking, it's a good idea when you're walking to keep an eye on the ground ahead of you. Especially here in Arizona, we have snakes. You don't want to tread on a snake. But just in general, is this a good idea to be present and awake and alert to your environment? Because can help you in many, many ways. So slowing down to go faster. Yes, this sounds crazy, but actually what happens is you become a lot more productive. The more relaxed you are, the more productive you are. The more relaxed you are, the more creative you are. So to be highly productive and creative, if you are in a state of stress and in a hurry and trying to get things with your shoulders up like this and so on, that's not going to help you at all. Because that's exactly when you're going to forget things and misplace things, and maybe typing an email and send it to the wrong person, or type the wrong thing, or not read the other person's email with presence, so you're not really answering what they were asking you. All these little things create you spending a lot more time, and sometimes it costs you money. Sometimes it might cost you a client or a relationship. But when you can be present, aware, just take those extra seconds, because that's all it takes. Just a few extra seconds. Double check your emails before you send them out. Make sure they are saying what you want them to say. And being fully present helps you be a lot more productive and a lot more creative, because creativity needs you to be relaxed to come through you. It flows through you. And so the more open you are, the more easily your creative ideas can pop up. And in terms of your workday, the more present you are, you find you get a lot more done in a shorter period of time, because you are fully present. So what I do is, if I'm busy working in my office and then I start to feel, either fidgety, that I've been sitting down for too long, that means I have to get up, move my body. Or if I start to feel a little bit tired, like mental fatigue, I get up and I go out of the office, and I often go outside just to get some fresh air and a change of scenery, look at the sky and just breathe and give my brain a break and my body a break from sitting down. And maybe I do that for 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. And then I go back in the office and I feel completely refreshed. And then I can do a lot more. So remember to take those breaks, because they really pay off. And put a walk in your day, some kind of physical activity. so that it's not just mental activity going on all day. Because the brain needs to rest because it can get fatigued. The body needs to move. The body doesn't do well to just sit in a chair all day. So remember these little things. They're all little things, but overall, they're going to help you have a very productive and creative and much more enjoyable day. Instead of trying to speed through everything, making a lot of mistakes, losing things, and then that's costing you money and time. So slow down to go faster. Give it a try. It's a very simple technique, doesn't take very long, but will really reap you rich rewards. So have fun slowing down to go faster, and I will see you next time. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. I love to hear from you, what you think, what habits you might need to change, or maybe you have experimented with this and let me know how you did. Because, as I say, I love to hear from you and how you're doing. All right. Thank you so much. I'm always thrilled and honored to be here sharing all of this with all of you, and I'll see you next time.